Heroes and Legends, Dynasties, the main story. Before the Battle of the War World of Atlassia, Fong Oberon had instructed Mizani Oberon, his cousin and second-in-command, to allow their forces and the new heroes of the Brother clan, one of the many clans that's joined the clan space, both Jenny and Cassandra, two eager warriors, ready to prove themselves and gain glory in the battles to come, to intervene in the War World fight, and to give glory to themselves. "I have a plan, my dear cousin," said Fong Oberon. "We will go there as a spoiler. Once the banker and Sharon and the elder Rishian are tired out, we will interfere, and using your might and our technological superiority, we will win the day and conquer the universe. I am sorry that I cannot spare any more men, but we are still recovering from our last wars with the elders and Rishians." Zani punched his hands together. "This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Do not worry, cousin. I will bring you victory." And so the forces of the Oberon Jedi, led by Mizani, was a gigantic fleet hurling across space towards the War World of Atlassia. Meanwhile, the forces of the Orishian elders and their allies gathered at Nurisa Castle, the Elder Castle, where they began to plan their strategy. It was here that the Yudian forces, led by Kibana, the supreme leader, along with a second-in-command and advisor, Imisu, and the Iron Chancellor, who is now going to be next in line to lead the Yudian in the future, Dietrich, will meet the forces and leadership of Androsica, that being their strong Philando, the head of Sapina, and Khaled Wilson, the third in command of Androsica and descendant of the Wilson family. Les and Dietrich stared each other down. These two great leaders will have a pivotal destiny that will one day determine the fate of the universe. But however, they must face the current situation. Les Strong commented, "Dietrich, aren't you supposed to be dead? Don't they have a grave for you already? How odd. It seems this conflict has risen the dead." And then Dietrich clapped back and said, "Where is it less strong of Androsica? Just how many times has Androsica came back up again and fallen down and come back up again? It seems like a ever-growing zit that seems to never go away." As the two men were about to start arguing, the Holy Emperor and the Queen of Erishian, Damien II and Queen Catherine, walked in. All the other allies and leaders in the room stood up in attention as the king and queen arrived. Along with the entourage was the Grand General of the Elders, Hatash, and Catherine's personal bodyguard and head of the Catherine personal guard, Candace, along with the Emperor of the Toya, Zhou Toya, and his strong warrior Mon, along with King Christian of the Temple Scholastica and his noble Jason, and the Pental leadership of Arab Minwin and his son Neville Minwin all came in the room. The top leaders of all sides of the Erishian elder forces began to meet and discuss their battle plans. And so, as the meeting was going on, Les Strong felt a certain connection with Dietrich. He could not shake it, like something was off about Dietrich. How could a man seemingly be dead come back to life again? Did he have some hidden power no one knew about? However, Les knew that he will have to keep an eye on Dietrich. And he feared that if Dietrich was an enemy, then he might be a great threat to the universe one day. However, he kept these to himself, as the Erishian bank run were a main problem. Then, as they began to meet to discuss their battle plans An urgent message had come from their scouts across the universe. An oblong Jedi fleet was racing that way, heading towards the War World. They would be their exact moment when the battle is to commence. Damien II then slammed his hand down and said, "Damn it all! Now the Oberon went in fear as well." Crisis. King Christian, Emperor So Toya, forgive me, but we cannot spare no men to deal with that threat. And then Catherine lowered her head down as she was still in the disappointment. The two leaders of the Toya and the Temple scowled in their chairs. Then Lestrong stood up and said, "We in Ajosaka will defend. We will have our blockade of Sabapino and others. We will defend you all against the Oberon. We will hold them off the best way we can while you handle the Bankron insurance. I know our forces of you. However, I believe that the God of righteousness, the God of this universe, the one who created us all, is on our side. And do not worry, the might of the people will be with us. Our allies, Sapina and others, we will withstand whatever threat the Oberon Jedi throw at us." And then there was a rousing round of applause by everyone as the men and women of Antroska all stood up, fearfully strong, determined to guard the vanguard, one of the most serious and most important positions in war. Dietrich, the Iron Chancellor, was taken aback by Lestrong's sudden stance, and he was greatly impressed. He said in his mind, "Well now, this Lestrong guy is quite impressive. Taking on the vanguard, him alone. And with the lady and Imisu going towards this war, it'll be up to me to defend the UDN against any attacks. I suppose so. But my dreams, my old precious dream of one day returning to the dimensions, as we are a part of the dimensions, the UDN, or distant memory now. We must survive this universe and all comers and all challenges. I will do my best to defend the home world. I must stand up as well and declare it." Then Dietrich, being the Iron Chancellor that he is, stood up and beat his chest with his fist and proclaimed, "I, the Iron Chancellor Laspre, and my forces, and the rest of the UDN, will guard our planet against any Oberon Jedi invasion or attack. So you do not have to worry about looking back, but focus and look forward towards the enemy that now is before us. The Bankron Erishion must not succeed. You can count on me." And then there was another rousing round of applause. The Emperor nodded his head. Catherine was very impressed as she stood, awestruck at her soon-to-be successor. Strong knew that Dietrich did that because he stood up, but knew that Dietrich was capable of such a monumental task. Now, with the Allied forces back secured, they focused on the front and who would be doing what. Knowing that this battle was going to be the most destructive battle in history, as given the warning by Stephen, it was on. The war towards the War World of Atlassia was about to begin.